Hello guys, welcome to PyUPy, and today we'll be seeing that how we can actually use print function in Python. So guys, print function is used to get the output on the screen. Okay, let's open Sublime and then let's create a new file and let's name it print function.py. Okay, let's close this file. Okay, so print function can be seen in multiple forms. So some of the forms are normal form, which is very common, then a tuple format, then string concatenation method, and format function. The last method is f strings, which I personally use a lot. So let's look at the first method, which is normal function, normal form basically. So this is a very common form. So let's say I have a variable a equal to 10 and I want it to get printed something like a equal to 10. Okay, the value of a equal to 10. So I can use apostrophe or maybe quotation marks in the print function. So let's use apostrophe. So I want the output as value of a equal to whatever the value of a is. Okay, so I'll have to use okay, I want that at this particular position where a is written. Okay, I want the value of a. So what I'll do is I'll place this a outside apostrophe by using a comma. So a comma and then a. Okay, this way it will give the output as value of a equal to 10. Okay, so let's use here the name of the method, so normal, just to specify that we are using normal form here. Okay, and let's comment the rest things by using control/. So let's save this program and let's run the program. So as we can see that the output is exactly what we wanted. But one thing to note here is that we have given just a single space after equal to sign, but it is actually giving me two spaces. So let me highlight the spaces. So I hope you can actually see these two dots over here. So these dots represent spaces. So I wanted that only a single space should be there. Okay, so what I can do is I can actually remove this space and it will automatically give me just a single space, I guess. Okay, but what if I don't want even this space as well after equal to sign? So is there a way? Definitely, and the way is using the SEP parameter of the print function. So guys, when we'll be studying about the functions in detail, then we'll talk about the parameters, but as of now just keep this thing in mind that parameters are something that are used in the functions. Okay, so I'll be using SEP parameter of print function, and this SEP parameter has a default value of a space, and that is the reason this space was coming after the equal to sign. Okay, so let's say if I use a dollar, so this way I have actually overridden the definition of print statement, and I've used dollar as the value of the SCP parameter. So this time I'll be seeing a dollar symbol after equal to sign. Okay, so let's run the program, and as expected we can see that dollar has been printed. But our motive was to get nothing after equal to sign. Okay, so what I'll do is I actually use a blank string, and this time I'll not be getting any of these things after equal to sign. Okay, let's run this program once again. Okay, this is the way to use SCP parameter. Okay, so this was the normal form. So let's use the next form, which is the tuple format. So tuple format. So a tuple is basically a collection in Python. So we'll be discussing about tuples in a great detail when we'll discuss tuples. Okay, so let's use this format. So if I use print and then value of a equal to a, okay, so this time I want that at this particular position the value of a should be coming. Okay, so what I can use, I can actually use %d. This is known as a format specifier, and the drawback of this particular format is that we actually have to remember these format specifiers. Okay, so for integers %d has to be used. For strings %s has to be used. For float %f has to be used. Okay, so in our case a is integer, so I'll have to use %a, and then at the end I will have to use a percentage symbol, and then all the variables used in the statement. So in this case I've just used a, so I'll use a, and we'll use here tuple just to mention that we are using the tuple format to print the output. And let's comment these things. Okay, so let's run the program. Okay, so the value of a equal to 10. Let's say we have another variable b equal to, or b assigned 20. Okay, so if I want to get the value of b as well, then what I will have to use, I'll have to use b equal to another %d, but here I can't use comma b, I'll have to use the tuple format. Okay, so let's not use the tuple format first, and it will give me the error. Okay, so it has thrown an exception, so I'll have to use a tuple here. Okay, so tuple is actually created using this parenthesis. So whatever there is written in these brackets is a tuple. Okay, cool. Let's run the program once again, and this time it has given the output as a equal to 10 and b equal to 20. Okay, this was another way. Let's use the third format, and which was string concatenation. Okay, string concatenation. So what I can do is I can actually concatenate multiple strings and then use them in the print statement. Okay, because print function actually expects a parameter, so that can be anything. So let's say I'll use few parameters about myself. Let's say first name equal to Rohit, last name equal to Sharma. Okay, let's say age equal to 26, and now what I'll do is I'll actually dynamically concatenate all the parameters. Okay, let's say I am creating a variable known as details. So what I'm doing is okay, let's use the variables directly in the print function. So print, and then first name, and then the value of first name. So this time what I'll do is I'll actually concatenate. I'm actually concatenating this time. I'm not using the normal form. Okay, so I'm actually dynamically concatenating the strings. So I'll concatenate first name with this particular string, and then I'll use a second last name, and then another plus, and then last name variables value. Okay, and then let's say age, and then the value of age. Okay, this is the way to dynamically concatenate the strings. Okay, but we'll get an error this time. Okay, so first I'll run the program and then I'll explain you what the error is. Okay, so let's comment this thing and let's run the program. So as expected, you got the error because this thing was a string and we are concatenating a string with a string. That's okay. And then again we have a string, again that is fine, and then we have a string as well, this last name, that is also fine. Then we have this string age, which is again fine. So the error is actually coming here, where we are using this age variable. So this age variable is actually an integer, and we are concatenating this particular variable with this previous whole string, which is an error. So I'll actually have to convert this integer into a string using str function, which we have discussed in the previous videos. So this way this variable has also become a string, and hence we are using only strings in this particular print function. So that is fine now. Okay, so now it is perfectly fine and there will be no error this time. So let's run the program once again, and we can see this, the whole string which we had generated dynamically. Okay, so this is another way. Okay, so let's use the next method, which was, I guess, format function. Okay, so format function is basically a function which is available in the strings basically. So what I'll do is I'll actually use this format function. Let's say I want that value of a equal to the value of a, and then value of b equal to the value of b. So this time I'll have to use placeholders by using curly brackets. So these placeholders value will be filled by the parameters used inside the format function. So what I'll do is I'll actually call format function on this particular statement, which is this one. Okay, so I'll use format and then I'll use the parameters to be filled in the placeholders. So first I want to fill A and then I want to fill B. Okay, so A was 10 and B was 20. So this should give me the answer as A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. So let's use the name of the method. Let's comment this thing, let's save it and let's run the program. Okay, and as expected we can use B here and then A, and you might have guessed that the value of B will be filled in the first placeholder, which is 20, and then the value of A will be filled, which is 10. So we'll get A equal to 20 and B equal to 10. Let's run the program and this is the expected output. So these placeholders are filled in the sequence, and the sequence is decided by these particular parameters. Okay, also we can use indexes here like 0 and 1. So this 0 means the first you can say variable inside the format function, which is B. So the value of B is 20. Okay, so the value of B is 20. So 20 will be filled in the first placeholder. So it will be A equal to 20 and B equal to 10. Okay, and as you might have guessed, if I'll change this to 1 and 0, then this 0 will be the first variable written over here, which is again B. So B's value is 20. So this time the answer should be A equal to 10, because on first placeholder we have variable A. So answer should be value A equal to 10 and B equal to 20 this time. Okay, this is the way how we can actually use format function. And let's discuss about the last function, which is f strings. Okay, this f stands for formatted strings. It is a very convenient way to use print functions, especially when we have a lot of parameters to be replaced. Okay, so let's say I have, so in this case we had actually two parameters only, A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. Okay, so I can simply use here as print and then A equal to, in the placeholder instead of indexes I'll directly use the variable names. So I'll use A and then B, plus I'll have to use an F character before the starting of, at the starting of this statement. So this F specifies that it is going to be a F string. So let's comment this and let's run this, and the output should be A equal to 10 and B equal to 20. So this is the way how we can actually use different forms. So guys, as per my experience, you should use F strings, because F strings are very convenient to be used, plus they are actually they provide a clean functionality in the code. Okay, but again it's your choice that you can actually use any of the methods. Okay, so guys, thanks for joining. and have a great day.